Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Fall. Jersey Joe Archino, and like Texas Notre Dame to open up the college football season, Alabama USC should have given us an instant classic, but instead it really just showed how far apart both programs are right now. And they are both college football royalty. They're both two of the most prolific programs in the history of the sport. But right now, the state of culture between them is just worlds apart, galaxies apart, whatever words you want to say. They're as far apart as you can become right now. And there are people pointing out, and Colin Cowherd was probably the first one I saw, that the confidence in USC just looks He's so shaken in this game, and I think undoubtedly that is so true, and you could just see it on the expression of the sideline. It just looked so flat and just so lacking in energy. Alabama looked like they just were trampling over them at times. Even for Alabama coming into this game, I didn't know exactly what to expect from them offensively, and it seems like the same story every single year. They got a new quarterback there. We don't know how he's going to break in or fit into the offense, but Jalen Hurts had the 2 touchdowns through the air, 2 with his feet. Looks like a very dynamic young athlete, and then Blake Barnett with a 1 touchdown as well. But Hurts also had that deep ball working for him, and that's something that we really haven't seen too much from an Alabama quarterback. Maybe not right away, but he certainly wasn't afraid to, in that game, get the ball down the field. And I know there were people yelling at the TV for Alabama for Lane Kiffin to open it up and throw the ball down the field. It took a little bit of time, but when he finally did, my goodness, that deep ball certainly did work for them. And I mean, there's almost nothing to say for USC here except they just looked like a complete disaster. And it's one of those situations where they're obviously continuing to try to rebuild from where they have been, and after Pete Carroll left a hole in the void that was kind of left in that program with scholarships being taken away and other things, and it looked like Steve Sarkisian kind of was getting them back on the right foot, and then we all kind of know what happened there with him. And right now, USC they do look like that state of culture just isn't there for them. And in this game, you could just really see that the culture wasn't there, and they're just worlds apart from where Alabama is. And that's a hard team to be judged against because of all the success that Alabama has had, but it's just so easy to see that confidence was just non-existent for USC in this game. And I mean, it was one of the ones I was the most excited to come on and talk about, but there's really not that much you can say in this game because USC was a complete disaster. The attention shifts, of course, to Alabama, and it does look like Saban's machine reloads again. And it doesn't matter what the sport is, when you have a current era with a coach and a certain group of players, it seems like it is a machine, and it continues to run almost flawlessly. I mean, you look at teams like the Golden State Warriors, and yeah, they blew it in the finals this season, but what they managed to do with breaking the NBA regular season record, what Barcelona does in soccer, what all these prolific teams are able to do, it does seem like they operate like a well-oiled machine, and Saban's machine looks like it's poised to be reloaded again, the number 1 team in the country. Now, will they win the championship this season? It's a tough thing to kind of have to make that call right now because their schedule gets brutal towards the back end, and it's one of those things where Alabama's used to playing against a very tough schedule, but they usually have a bye sprinkled in between, which can help them rest and get ready for it, but they don't really have that luxury this season. And obviously, we're going to have to continue to watch how this quarterback situation continues to play out. Hurts looked very good. Barnett showed some stuff too. And Lane Kiffin, certainly, for me, last season was tremendous, and in that national championship game really showed why he has been proclaimed what he has been. I mean, he had a masterful called game. And then, of course, at the running back position, Damian Harris, 9 carries, 138 yards. Next week, they have their home opener against Western Kentucky, and to me, of course, that's a blowout. And after that is Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is one of those interesting ones where it's a team that Saban has struggled against. Last year, we know that was the loss that they had, and it kind of imploded from the start. Cooper Bateman started that game strangely, and he got quickly taken out, and Jay Coker got put back in. And Coker had a couple good stretches where he looked really good, and then he had some stretches where he really looked really bad. So Alabama, of course, we still have some questions with them, but I don't think that we can doubt the sincerity of their win at all against USC. It was pure dominance, and it's one thing when you win, but when you completely take away the other team's confidence across every level, well, that's just a special kind of win. And for Alabama, their season opener 52-6 over USC, to me that really was an incredible one, because they just completely just took everything USC had out of them, and it was a symbolic win and suggests what the culture is, the difference between Alabama and USC right now. But until the next time, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault. You can follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino and on Instagram Jersey_Joe_Archino, and I'll catch everybody in the next episode.